Hi guys, today I wanted to talk about supply caddies. A lot of us have bought them from different places like Target, Michael's, Hobby Lobby, online, and so on. But the one I bought came from Michael's and cost $3.99. However, I was able to use a coupon that was 50% off and got it for about $2, so I was really happy with it. Anyway, I used this caddy last year and it worked really well. None of them broke, so I'm really confident with this style of caddy, and I'm using it again this year. My caddies contain community supplies, and it seemed to work really well with my students because I didn't have to replace too many items. So I'm doing it again this year, and my students treated them really well. I know it all depends on the students though, so I'm hoping again for a good year and that these last because I really like them. So today I'm going to tell you what supplies I give my students and how I display them in here. Naturally, one of the first items I always have in here is a pencil for each of my students. So I'm going to be using Ticonderoga pencils because I really like them. I think they're one of the better pencils. They last long, they write really nice and dark, and it's really easy to sharpen. Also, the lead doesn't seem to break that fast, so I'm going to use these again with my students, and I'm hoping that if any students bring them in, they'll bring some Ticonderoga. If not, it's okay. We'll just use whatever they give us. But I'm starting my students all with Ticonderoga pencils that I purchased on my own. To go with the pencils, I bought all of my students' erasers, so I'm going to include these erasers here from Office Depot. Honestly, I don't care what brand it is as long as they're the pink rectangular erasers, because I notice my kids, they don't even look at the brand. All they do is just erase and then that's it. So I'm going to go ahead and use these erasers because I found them on sale from Office Depot. Then I'm including glue sticks because we glue things every day and I can't be passing them back and forth. So I'm just going to include them in the caddies. And I like glue sticks because they're not as messy as actual liquid glue. Of course, if the students bring in glue as part of the supplies they want to bring in, then we're going to use them and hopefully it doesn't get too messy. But I honestly prefer glue sticks over glue bottles, but I'll take whatever I can get. And again, I'm providing all of the glue sticks now, so we'll see how that goes. And the last item that I'm providing for my students are crayons. And I'm providing a pack of crayons for every single student, regardless if they bring a pack in or not. I like Crayola crayons, and they go on sale. So a lot of times it does get cheaper than the dollar store, so why not get them the good brands, right? So every student will get their own pack of Crayola crayons. As you can see, I have not included scissors in their caddies because they don't need them for everyday use, and I did not want to clutter up their caddies with items that they won't need for every day. The 4 items that I'm including are things we will use every single day, so that's why I just included those. So later on I will include highlighters and pens for future use. In the first portion of my supply caddy, I'm including the glue and the erasers. As you can see, I have liquid glue because I know some students are going to prefer liquid glue and some students are actually going to bring in liquid glue. So I don't want it to look like a surprise to the kids when they see a liquid glue bottle and glue sticks in there. So that way they have their choice. Plus, you know, if that's what they bring, then that's what they'll get to use. So we'll have liquid glue, some glue sticks, and erasers. As you can see, I only have 3 of the rectangular erasers, 4 glue sticks, and a glue bottle. What I found when I had caddies is that the children actually share. They use the erasers when they need it, then throw it back in. And they actually take their time and wait. And if they find out another student needs it, usually they're willing to, you know, hurry up and pass it to them. And I really like the way the students were last year, really sharing and caring. So I'm hoping that happens again this year. As you can see, there are 4 glue sticks and 1 glue bottle because when the students are working, I don't want them to wait too long for another student to be able to glue their items on. So that's why I did that. In the next compartment, you can see that I put a cup in there. And the cup is one that I get in a pack from IKEA. IKEA sells a pack of, I think, 5 plastic cups in their children's section. And they fit really nicely inside the caddy. so that's why I use it in here. The only reason I put an orange cup in here is because of the contrast, so that you can actually see it. But when it comes time for me to put this caddy on their table at school, I will actually have a pink cup in here. So the pencils go right in there. The reason I put my pencils inside of the cup in the caddy is so that when the pencils are sharpened, they don't mark up my caddy, because I don't like the look of it when there's all these pencil marks in my caddy. So that's why I do that. So that is what this side looks like. Everything's simple and easy to get. There are pencils there, erasers and glue here. So far pretty easy for my students. And on this last section, I like to put crayons. But I like to put my crayons inside of these containers with the lock top lids. And these containers I got from the Dollar Tree for $1 for a 2-pack. So it's kind of 50 cents per pack. And they fit the crayons really nicely. So let me go ahead and show you that. In the container, I use a 24-pack of Crayola crayons and they fit really nice. Oops, it doesn't fit. Just kidding. Let me go ahead and fix it. Okay, so here's what it looks like with a 24-pack of crayons inside. And it fits so nicely. I can tell you, I've never had a student dump the pack of crayons out, and the students all were really careful with their crayons. The pack lasted a whole year. I've never had one student ask me for a new pack of crayons. So if you're looking for a way to make your crayons last, this might be it, seriously. So you might want to think about it. It's a small investment, but you can use it each year, and quite possibly the crayons, if your students are really good, might last a whole year. And I can tell you, we're coloring every week, so it's not like we didn't use them. All 24 crayons fit in this pack so nicely. And because they have such a nice big lock, the students know exactly how it locks and they can hear when it locks, so there's no danger of it falling out. Amazingly, you can see that 5 of these snack containers actually fit in here perfectly. So I was really happy with that. I usually have 5 students per table, so it was just right for me. However, at one point I did have 6 students, and of course 6 won't fit in there. So what I did was just place one on top. So it looked like that, and surprisingly, my students didn't play around with it. They didn't try to knock it off. And there was no need for them to go in there all the time anyway, because all they needed were their pencils, which they were using most of the time, and the glue was only once in a while, and the crayons were only once in a while. So it pretty much stayed on there really nicely, and I loved it. Okay guys, so here is what my supply caddy looks like filled. I have pencils for each student plus a couple extra, glue and erasers on this side, and crayons for everyone. Now you can label each crayon pack with their name on it, or you could do what I do and I just number each pack, and that way if a student leaves the school and another new student comes in, then the new student can take the number of the person that left, and I don't have to worry about trying to make new labels with different names on them, because the student can just take over that other number. And so I'm really happy with the way things were last year, and that's why I'm doing it again this year. And it's basically everything they need. Eventually in the year I'm going to add highlighters when we get more in depth and the students learn more. And then much later on in the year I'm going to add pens for them as well. But for now, I'm really happy. Each student will have everything they need, regardless if they bring it or not, because I'm just going to go ahead and just supply them with it anyway, because I don't want my students coming in feeling embarrassed if they didn't bring anything, or not being able to do any work. So I'm just going to provide everything for now, and just hope that if people do bring in things, that I'll just be able to put it in community supplies, because I'm giving it to them anyway. So this is what it looks like, but I'm really happy. Of course, you might need different things, but maybe at least this will give you an idea of how you can go ahead and use your supply caddy for your classroom. Thanks so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and have a great day.